Hey everyone, it's Tony here with Nerds Never Sleep, and it's time again for another weekly roundup. That's right, this is the time of the week where I bring you in, show you all the statues, figures, and collectibles that I highlight on the channel over the past week using things like YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikToks, and photo galleries across various social platforms. Now, this is a milestone for at least this year on the channel. Through all the delays I had this week, managed to actually get 6 figures posted throughout the week. Now that's kind of where it stops for the week because I did have some things pop up, some things get canceled, and some kind of personal things happen towards the end of the week that did cause some delays, as well as some issues with a YouTube video I've been working on being flagged for copyright stuff, so I have to go back and re-edit a bunch of stuff. Not very fun. So, as you can see here, I did manage to pull off the 6 figures, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to just dive right into it, because I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible, because we didn't have a lot of content to catch up on. So, I started off the week with a banger, a big boy, of course, from My Hero Academia, my boy, the boy, Bakugo. Now, this Bakugo obviously is larger than most normal prize figures, and he's part of their Master Stars series. And it's kind of another variation of higher end of their World Coliseum line, which usually I show on the channel includes some tiny little chibi figures. And in this case, obviously, we've got a massive one-piece Bakugo. And this is called the anime style. Now, there were several in this set. There was Bakugo, there was Deku, and there was Todoroki, and they had different paint tones. So you had the anime style, you had a black and white style, you had one called the Tones, and then you had one called the Brush. I believe there were 4 color variations for each. This one obviously is the anime because I wanted it to look like the anime version. And there are some cool ones, like I said, the black and white ones as well. This Bakugo is amazing, and he stands toe-to-toe with all the other things that I've had so far as Bakugos go. Things like the Kuji figures and stuff like that. This thing still stands leaps and bounds above them all. The only things I think are a little bit better are the ones in the Master Lies series for the Kuji figures, which are going to be larger than this. So, if you can get one, these nowadays, you can get them on the cheap. I do highly recommend them if you're a Bakugo fan, because he just looks awesome. And since it's been really, really cold up here in New England this past week, I decided to go with a Rem that is kind of fitting of the temperatures up here. For Twin Tuesday, I went with this adorable penguin slouchy Rem. And I know she ain't covered up much in the leg area, but it's kind of the vibe of the whole penguin feel to it. Now, this is another series that came out amazingly well, and we ended up getting a trio of the ladies from ReZero with Rem, Rom, and the newer one, which was Amelia. I'm still hoping we get an Echidna or a Beatrice for this line, because I think having them all together in their little penguin slouchies would look super freaking cute, a lot like how we got the cat ear slouchies in another previous set. All in all, I think she's absolutely adorable. The slouchy hoodie, whatever you want to call it, came out great. It's got an adorable little kind of tail here on the back of it. They have these little ice blocks, which actually have holes in them, and they have signs that post into the holes, so you can put little marks or flags or whatever you want on it. I don't include the flag because I feel like it kind of gets in the way of the figure itself, unless, of course, you have the ice off to the side of it. I think the ice should have been included into the base and incorporated into the base. It would have been a little bit cooler. But any little add-ons you have to add some flair to the piece, just besides a plain base, is a win in my opinion. Highly, highly recommend her. Of course, it's Rem, so she's best girl, and she just looks freaking cute. Now for Waifu Wednesday, something that confused me a little bit, and there can only be one reason for it, YouTube. She's got cleavage. So over on the YouTube side, Marvel's Squirrel Girl did not perform very well, which, funny enough, over on Instagram, she got several thousand views. So, because of the Marvel Rivals hype, I've been trying to include some of the ladies of Marvel Rivals into my posts on a weekly basis to see how they perform. Now, this is one of the super adorable Kotobukiya Bishojo series. This is the, of course, Squirrel Girl Bishojo. I absolutely love this one. How they gave her kind of a leafy little base to stand on. Nothing really too fancy, but the piece itself is really well detailed. The costume itself, her facial expression, the eyes just absolutely pop on this one. And the fact that she, of course, has Tippy Toe sitting there balancing on her wrist looking like they're having a conversation just kind of adds to it. Her big, giant, bushy tail is sculpted very, very well. She balances out perfectly well on the base. And I just adore her. I wish we would get some more Marvel ones from Kotobukiya, which I haven't really seen many new ones announced. Still waiting on the Captain Marvel one that they announced and then canceled, and then announced again and canceled again. But maybe with the resurgence of Marvel with Marvel Rivals, we'll start getting some more cool announcements. But I do highly recommend the Squirrel Girl if you are a fan of the character and just a fan of the Kotobukiya Bishojo lines themselves. Now, for that time I got reincarnated on a Thursday, of course, I had to bring one of the boys, the Demon Butler Daddy himself, Diablo, aka Noir. And this is one of the higher end prize figure lines from Ben Presto, which is the Bandai Premium version of Diablo. This set consisted of Diablo, Benimaru, Soe, and Hero, I believe it was. So there was 4 of the boys in this set. And I don't know if we've gotten any newer ones in that series, per se. But he is basically a prize figure that is almost like a Kuji figure in disguise. Even to the point where we just have a little tiny foot stand for him rather than an obnoxious base. So it kind of almost is a prize figure, but a Kuji figure in disguise. But he is very, very well done. I love that he does not have a giant obnoxious base. Makes him very, very easy to display with the other guys in this set. And yes, it is just a husbando line. We have not gotten any of the females and not even Rimuru in this set. So it's great that they don't have obnoxious bases. They pose together great. I love how they gave him a little bit different pose than just his standard kind of upright, uptight pose. He's kind of fixing his gloves like he's ready to do something. I really like it. The look on his face is great. The flow of his tux looks amazing. And I just think, of course, if you love Diablo, you're gonna love this one. And keeping on the husbando hype train, I might as well, for Figure Friday, bring in another fan favorite with Sung Jin Woo from Solo Leveling. Of course, this is an amazing piece by Ben Presto, part of the Espresso line that they've kind of brought back after just being away for a while. I absolutely love this one. I've showed him once or twice on the channel, and everyone seems to agree that he is a badass piece. He's got his dual daggers. He's jumping up in the air. It's such a dynamic pose. He's got a really pissed off look on his face, and the effects on the base just make it pop. The flow of his coat, everything about this piece looks badass. And the fact that it's just a prize figure that you can get for on the cheap makes it a win for everyone. I highly recommend them if you're a fan of Solo Leveling, because this thing is just so badass and it's such a good bang for your buck that I cannot stress enough how awesome he is. And to close out the week, of course, I went back with Schoolgirl Saturday, bringing back the ladies of Bang Dream Girls Party with the piano player from Poppin' Party, Arisa herself. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with this line, this is their School Days line, and it just shows all the girls from all the different bands in their school attire doing different playful poses and stuff like that. Nothing inappropriate, nothing super revealing, just the basic girls in their school uniforms. But the thing about these that I really, really like is their detail in their faces. All the faces on these, the eyes, everything look phenomenal. And I do like that instead of just having a regular black base, we've got kind of a clear plastic base with musical notes going around it, highlighting it, saying School Days. Gives a little bit of flair other than, again, just having a plain base. The little details I can appreciate. Now, these figures themselves tend to perform very, very well on the channel. Sometimes I forget how massive the Bang Dream series following is, because it is not only a mobile game that is highly popular, but it's also an anime series as well. It's a game I was super, super hooked on for quite a while until it stopped working on Android, and now it's back again, so I can continue playing again. So very excited, and I think she came out very, very cute. I love the little kind of pigtail design. You know, the way her hand is posed, like she's kind of pushing her hair back, looks really, really cool. Very simple, very basic. But when she's partnered up with all the other girls in the set, they all look very, very awesome together. And that's going to be it for the figures that I highlighted all this past week. Now, normally what I do is I give you guys my favorites of the higher end stuff and my favorites from the lower end stuff. This week, it'll be pretty easy for me to do the higher end stuff because there's only one in that. And of course, it's the Kotobukiya Squirrel Girl. And as far as the prize figure / lower end stuff, I mean, it's a tough one because I do love the Sungjin Woo, but the Bakugo has such a presence that I have to give it to my boy. And I know he sweeps every time I show him, but this piece is just so damn awesome. And again, for the same price as a lot of these other ones are, you get a massive figure. And he is just awesome. I know you guys can hate me, but I gotta do it. So let me know in the comments what your favorite this week was. And if you have any ideas for some themed weeks that you'd like me to start doing up again, let me know in the comments as well. So, I'm going to go and do the boring part now, of course, the page updates. Not a lot went on this past week because a lot of moving parts were going on over here. I did do some more streaming. We finished up Trials of Mana, didn't really care for it. Did some Dead or Alive volleyball again. And this week we're going to be starting up Hogwarts Legacy, which I'm excited and a little bit fearful of starting because I know nothing about Harry Potter. So this will be interesting. As far as long form videos, other than my weekly roundup, I didn't get to post much because my best games of 2024 video got flagged not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times for copyright. On 4 totally different parts each time I posted the video and edited it. So now we are going into our 5th freaking edit of this video. And it's driving me up a wall. I may just re-record the whole damn video and call it a day. Very frustrating. And it kind of just made me push away from the content for a little while. I was also supposed to be going to Orlando over the weekend to MegaCon. Had plans for that, and the plans kind of fell through. So I ended up not going to MegaCon. Had to work all weekend and pull 10+ hour shifts because we have so many people out of work right now with sickness and vacations. So that all kind of fell by the wayside. And then I kind of just had a little bit stuff personal life-wise, obviously, where found out a friend / ex-girlfriend of mine had passed and kind of spent the weekend kind of talking to other people and, you know, doing the reconnection with people thing. So it did kind of delay me a little bit again. So personal life stuff does kind of get in the way. But this week, I am hyped to get back into the creation, getting some more stuff done. And rather than work on the top of 2024 again, I may just get back into doing some more unboxing videos to get you guys some content out faster. Best of 2024 will get here when it gets here, I guess. Maybe a little too late, but I'm going to get that video out for you guys, as well as the reshot reviewing the Rippaverse videos. So those are about 50% done, I'm going to say. So we should be having those in the next week or so. But that's going to be it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed checking out all the figures with me. And if this is your first time seeing them, let me know what you thought of them. If you guys have a favorite, again, let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you did enjoy the content, do me a solid. Click the like button, the subscribe button, the share button. Spread the nerdiness. Follow on all the social medias. The links are down in the description below. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.